everyone. Today we have a bevy of news to bring you around the Nintendo Switch 2, including a system update and some new things involving that. Some amazing Cyber Monday / Black Friday deals that are literally live right now. And yes, I mean for some Switch 2 games. So we're going to go over that. We have some other details floating out there for Metroid Prime 4 and more. So look, guys, this is going to be a jam-packed show for you. Before we dive in any further, I want to remind you of a couple of things. First, we are giving away 3 copies of Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade for Switch 2 in particular. You can go down and enter in the link in the pinned comment or the description, but that's not the only thing I want to share with you today, because you know what? I got to tell you about today's sponsor. This video is sponsored by Wand application for PC gaming. Wand is an application that enables you to modify over 3,500 different single-player PC games. Now look, my time to game is quite limited, so occasionally I just want to eliminate some of the tedium while playing. This is where Wand can truly help. One of the neatest features about this actually isn't how you can quickly modify your PC games, but how it has built-in maps for these games with all the key things you need searched for already marked, making playing through the games an absolute breeze. That said, it's just one of many features, and I gotta say, it did eliminate my use to have to Google search for answers on a map for a given game. Now, I've been spending a lot of time playing Anno 117 Pax Romana, a brand new game released by Ubisoft. And despite being brand spanking new, Wand already has mods ready to go. For city building RTS style games like this, one mod that can really help you just play without limits is the Unlimited Money mod, which, yes, when playing, does give you unlimited money. It can also just help you game in general with customizable difficulty levels and guidance beyond just that map feature I already mentioned, because those pins on the map, oh, they're built with community notes to help you with any side quest. If you're like me and would enjoy having a nice, quick helping hand, download Wand today through my link down in the description. And hey, start having fun on your terms. Oh, wait a second. Did you think I was done talking about Wand? Because from November 24th through December 1st, Wand is offering 25% off their annual Pro subscription. This is the lowest price they offer all year, and it's the best time to unlock the full Wand experience. Use promo code WANDBF25 to get your discount at checkout. All right, without further ado, let's first get into some sales that you can literally pick up right now if they haven't sold out. We're talking about Nintendo Deal over here saying Walmart Black Friday doorbusters will be available for everyone starting in about 10 minutes. So, I mean, look, it's a hashtag ad. This was obviously posted earlier, so these doorbusters are already live. That said, here are the highlights that matter, at least for you Nintendo Switch 2 owners. Sonic Racing Cross Worlds for $30, the Switch version, of course. Star Wars Outlaws Ultimate Edition, that gold edition one, that's on sale for $30. Puyo Puyo Tetris 2S, that's a Switch 2 only game, $15. Donkey Kong Country Returns HD for $30. Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door for $30. Echoes of Wisdom for $30. Sonic and Generations for $15. And you can go and look at all of the deals here when this loads up. There's so many. You can see the PlayStation 5 Fortnite version. Looks like the physical one with the disc is up for $450. See some TVs, monitors, the Switch 2, Mario Kart, again, not on sale, but still going to be featured because, of course, it's the brand new system this holiday. You can even see things like this. Hey, I actually have this exact same griddle outside on my deck. All right, so there you guys go. You can go look at all that stuff if you're interested. We'll put links to this down in the description. Of course, anytime you guys can save money on things you've been looking to buy, I think it's always a great deal. Next up, the ESRB rating for Metroid Prime 4 gives hope, I guess, to people hoping for a classic Metroid Prime experience. As we go in here, it says, finally, after years of waiting, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond's almost here. Literally, comes out next week. But here's what the ESRB rating says about it. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond is rated T for Teen by the ESRB with animated blood and violence. Also includes in-game purchases. That's interesting. So some DLC, perhaps microtransactions? Maybe? We'll have to see what that is. Anyways, this is a first-person adventure game in which players assume the role of a space bounty hunter who must find a way home. Players explore a planet to uncover its mystery while engaging in combat against alien creatures and space pirates. Players use power beams, missiles, and elemental attacks to battle enemies in frenetic combat. Combat is highlighted by blaster effects, frequent explosions, and screen shaking effects. A handful of alien creatures and boss characters emit blue and green blood when shot. What's interesting here, of course, is you're not seeing any mention of multiplayer, so there doesn't appear to be any multiplayer aspects. Now, it says Metroid Prime 4 begins with an attack on the Galactic Federation UTO Research Center by Samus's sworn arch-rival Sylix. Samus answers the distress call and soon becomes entangled in an unexpected disaster, awakening on the unknown planet of Vuros. She must fight to survive and escape. Vuros is home to ferocious beasts and diverse locales, including lush jungles, a factory beset with storms, a research lab frozen in ice, and a facility nestled in a volcano, each connected by a central desert called Soul Valley. Employ tools like the Scam Visor and Samus's core abilities like the Power Beam missiles and Form-Altering Morph Ball and more to gather information, fight, access new areas, and find a way forward. Samus will also receive a mysterious psychic abilities that enable her to manipulate energy and activate machinery and more. Freely traverse the roadless desert of Soul Valley on Viola, a vehicle left behind by an ancient civilization. Use Viola to counter attacks from approaching enemies and smash crystals at high speeds to convert them into energy you'll need for your adventure. Plus, depending on her location, Samus can instantly summon and ride Viola. A new Metroid Prime 4 Beyond series amiibo figure of Sylix 1 will be available when the game launches on December 4th. The Metroid Prime 4 Beyond series amiibo figures of Samus and Viola and Samus are, on her own, are available right now. You can tap these amiibo to unlock in-game extras. Also, there's the upgrade pack that you can buy for Switch 2 if you buy the Switch 1 version. All right, so look, guys, obviously the big thing there that I worry about is obviously the in-game purchases thing. You always gotta be a little wary when you see that on games. We've seen a lot of games with in-game purchases not be very friendly to end consumers, but we'll have to wait and see. Otherwise, I think everything sounds pretty good. It sounds like another classic Metroid Prime adventure. All right, next up, a free update is coming relatively soon to Age of Imprisonment. That's right. We already had 2 updates that were announced as coming, but we didn't know what the updates were. Well, now we know what one of them is. We got over here where it says first free update version 1.0.2. And this has all been machine translated. So adding new challenges after clearing the main story, multiple battle challenges and Hyrule challenges will be added. New dangerous species such as bokoblins and sludge likes will appear. You're seeing obviously the silver bokoblins there. That's part of the DLC here, or is it really DLC? Free update. It's part of the free update. Scrot attacks such as the Boko Slash that can be activated using materials obtained from dangerous bokoblins are significantly more powerful than those obtained using previous materials. New weapons are being added like the Great Sword of Light. And the Spear of the Upper Guard, a spear issued to the elite soldiers directly under the King of Hyrule. You see a new exclusive Sync Strike, so Zelda and it's Karamo here. We know it's Kalamo here in the United States. Will each have their own Sync Strike. Kalamo will throw a boomerang, which Zelda will use the power of time to return and launch a follow-up attack. If you press X at the right time, you'll successfully catch the boomerang, making the attack even more powerful. You could fight alongside a block golem, so you can now perform a Sync Strike with the block golem, a powerful spinning attack that will knock down weak enemies and reduce the weak point gauge. In addition to the above, the following new battles are going to be added: a serious battle with Rawl, battle to get a lot of poo, however they pronounce it, and unrivaled battles where you can aim for over 2,000 KOs. You're going to get some improvements as well. The following improvements are going to be made. The Mysterious Golem's special actions can now be saved for each weapon type. Added a warning sound before the effects of the unique skills, Limit Break and Infinite Battery End. You can now select characters and weapons in the training room. When selecting special food and spare battery, a preview of the recovery mount is now displayed. Thank you for that. That is actually one quality of life thing I'm glad they took care of. From the ally screen when preparing for deployment, you can now press the Y button to jump to the tweet challenge. On the Hyrule map, they added tutorials displayed on the map, on the Hyrule map to the list. Visualize the division of areas on the ground on the Hyrule map, and when hovering over a liberation battle, a preview of the area can be reclaimed is now displayed. Change the text color of the Hyrule Challenge list so that clearable items are yellow, adjusted the display of Hyrule Challenge completion status, then a whole bunch of bug fixes. So this is really cool. I'm glad they're adding this update. Again, there's one more free update that they've at least promised. Will there be more free updates after that? Obviously, we don't know. We can only hope. But what we don't have to hope for is Nintendo to continue to also offer free updates to their system. And this time around, it's update 20, I think 20.0.1. We'll get to the update here. Let's just read it. Nintendo constantly aims to improve the functionality of its system. So here's the latest version. It's 21.0.1, so I was pretty close there. So it fixed an issue where error code 2011-0301 or error code 2168-0002 would repeatedly occur on a Nintendo Switch when attempting a system transfer using local communication from a Switch system to a Switch 2 system. They also fixed an issue where sometimes after waking up the system from sleep mode or turning off airplane mode, wireless controllers or Bluetooth audio devices were unable to connect, and obviously general system stability to enhance the user's experience. Now, if that's where this all ended, we probably wouldn't talk much about it, but it actually fixed a game. Nier Automata has been fixed. So the system update has fixed the excellent Nier Automata, which wasn't working when played on the Switch 2 system. Thankfully, Nintendo's updated its support page to say the game now works. And here it is. The game's behavior is consistent with Nintendo Switch. So, yeah, really happy to see that even though it didn't mention it, they did update a game along with it to make it compatible. We have one more story to go over here. And this is just one that I think for people like me, it makes me smile a little bit because turns out the nearest demo kiosk for Switch 2 is like 50 miles away. And I'm obviously not going to make that trip just willy-nilly. But Nintendo has been proving this year that they are going to put demos of some of their biggest games on these kiosks for the public to play. So Metroid Prime 4 is an example as a demo on these kiosks right now. We had demos for Age of Imprisonment, Mario Kart World, Bonanza, etc. They've been putting all their biggest games demos on these kiosks before they come out. And so I think it's important that more of us get an opportunity to do that. Now, I live in rural Wisconsin, so living in, the middle of nowhere, Wisconsin, I don't exactly expect all of my local Best Buys, Walmarts, and Targets to have demo stations, but it does look like Nintendo is aiming to increase the amount of demo stations that do exist. So one of Nintendo's current initiatives is creating more kiosks to advertise games. So many of you in the United States will be familiar with the Switch 2 demo kiosks. The latest game to be added was Metroid Prime 4. In a recent financial report, the Kyoto-based company said it's doubling down on its initiative of creating new consumer touchpoints for Nintendo games and IP, and to get its games seen by as many people as possible, including those who haven't played their games before. And dedicated Nintendo spaces created within cooperation within retailers, and obviously, more purchases of digital goods. Basically, Nintendo's just trying to increase brand awareness. I think this is obviously going to lead to more demo kiosks existing. Maybe one ends up existing near me. Obviously, that's just me being selfish, wanting access, easy, quick access without having to travel really far. I know a lot of you out there don't have access to any of these demo kiosks either, and a lot of you do have access, so you don't really view this as a problem. But yeah, I would like to see this access be more widely provided, especially given they keep demoing their latest games. And yes, I would love to go play Metroid Prime 4 right now today, but I don't have an option to do that. Despite having a Best Buy, 2 Walmarts, a Target, actually technically 3 Walmarts, a Target, 2 GameStops, and a Best Buy all within driving distance. When I consider driving distance like 25 miles or less. And none of them have demo kiosks. So take that for what you will. All right, guys, we're going to do it there. Kind of a nice and short one here for you. Hopefully you enjoyed today's news. I want to shout out our sponsor again, Wand. Otherwise, they used to be known as WeMod. Shout out to them. Appreciate you guys supporting the channel. I appreciate all of you guys supporting the channel as well. You guys know we'll be live again tonight because we gotta be, right? Right. Catch you guys in the next video.